What chai juice do I use? I use, funny you should ask, I use Maya chai Devi style, which is the spicy one. Devi, I don't speak Hindi. It is it's a good action. Plant-based milk? Fuck no. What are you talking about? You can't do pull-ups if you use plant-based so-called milk. What do you even mean? What do you even mean? Oat milk kind of tasty? Look at the list of ingredients for oat milk. Let's do that on chat. I don't know, does anyone know? Okay, Oatly ingredients list. Oat base contains 2% or less of low erucic acid rapeseed oil, dipotassium phosphate, dicalcium phosphate, vitamin A, vitamin D2, vitamin B12. This is the bad part. Like, look at the ingredients list, dude. All of this stuff. So like the biggest mistake of the past several decades in food was like inventing all these food emergencies that didn't really exist, or weren't as bad as people thought, and then coming up with so-called solutions for them that were much worse than the problem, right? So like trans fat was that, right? Trans fat was the previous version of all the, I mean, we've been using these seed oils for decades too, but like the reason we're using so many more of the damn stupid seed oils is because we got rid of the trans fats, and you need to put something, and you can't put animal-based lard fat because the vegans will freak out, and also the American Heart Association will freak out. If it's an agricultural byproduct, it's slurry. I think that is an accurate description. I think that is good. Noting here. Do we actually load this file? We do. We load an empty file. All right, I'm going to put, here is some overhead map stuff that appears on HUD just to keep it organized. Okay, so we're going to add helpful visualizations for people playing our video game. They're going to be as follows. Overhead map mode is going to be an enum, and it's going to be, we're going to have several things. We're going to have what do I call it? Zones, regions, areas. That's consistent. That's going to be the default. I'm hungry all of a sudden. Areas, because I'm drinking this, but I also exercised a lot today, so it's good. Areas, we're going to have unsolved levels. Okay, what should I call this? I need help from expert Twitch chat, right? So let's show you what we're actually doing. Okay. On the overworld, I can go into this mode where I look at the whole world. And right now I'm showing you the areas, which is cool. But what about some other things I might want to do? So like I might have played a bunch of the game and now I'm like, hey, I've solved a whole bunch of levels. Where are the levels I haven't solved yet? Right? And so I'd like a mode that like gets rid of all the text and flashes those levels. I mean, we could say unsolved levels. I want to label it at the top of the screen, right? We could say unsolved levels, but unsolved levels isn't really what it is, because it's really like unlocked levels that you haven't solved yet that you could make progress if you did solve, right? So what's a good name for that? Incomplete levels. Incomplete? That sounds a little negative, don't you think? Open levels? I feel like maybe frontier levels. I kind of like frontier. Or beckoning. Potential level. Oh, did you say frontier at this, or did I? I don't know if you typed frontier at the same time that I said it, but. Maverick levels. Unconsummated levels with canola oil. Unexploited by capitalism and the patriarchy. I'm going to go with frontier, but strings are easy to change, so y'all can think about it some more. Savage lands. Okay. Frontier. Okay. And then I'm going to have another one that's like teleporters. And then movables. Okay. Right, so I'm just going to put them in English in here, but what you really do if you're serious about shipping a game, etc. Okay. Do I even have enum highest value? I think I do. This is a different laptop, so I don't. Oh, +1. Okay, so that's great. So we're going to draw the name of this thing, right? Actually, let's go. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so that's easy. And then we're going to draw overhead map mode. So we need to draw this in some font, and like we have a bunch. We're going to get a font. I don't know. I have no idea how big that is. We're going to try it. Okay, draw centered overhead. Let's just say font. It'll get rid of my misspelling. Font, right? Color at Y and name. All right, so you have to figure out these things. Y. So we need context current window dot height minus font dot height, whatever. We'll tweak it. What is it? Height? It's not height. It's character height. Something like that. All right, so what's the color? Well, so we're going to figure out the alpha. And the alpha, we'll say opacity, before we do any of this other stuff, because we're not going to draw this most of the time. If opacity, if there's no opacity, return. All right? So what is opacity? Well, we look, there's some variable that tells us from 0 to 1 what's the mode. And we can make it be a function of that, and for now it's just going to be that value. Camera overhead map T. Per screen overhead map T. Wait. Is that really it? Yeah, I guess so. It's stored on camera. Okay, so let's actually call this function because that's nagging at my mind. No, I'm in the wrong file. I was looking for where to put it. I'm like, I don't. Local area captions. Okay. Draw overhead map HUD. Okay. We'll probably do some other stuff. Actually, let's just do this, bro. All right. So we're just going to see how many mistakes I made. Delta. Ah. I'm just going to put some autocasts. Frick it. Frick it. Color. Oh, yeah. So the color... let's just make it a good cyanish white. So it's going to have not that much red. I don't know. Something like that. Doesn't matter. We'll make it tweakable later and all these things. All right. I sure hope we're using the right network, by the way. Yep. All right. So. We're not drawing it. I don't see it. I'm offended. All right. Did I not save the file? Are we seriously? I didn't save the file, though. So the thing is, overhead map labels. Should really be here. Okay. Wait. We're going to have to fix that. But we're not going to mess with it for now. We're just simply going to recompile. Can't believe I didn't... Actually, I totally can believe I didn't save the file. There we go. That's how you know it didn't work. Because I didn't even pass the argument. All right. Still not working. Opacity 1. $12.87. Oh, we don't want the window height. I don't know. We do want the window height. I don't know. Width 527 sounds reasonable. Color reasonable. Display width. I should use display height just to be. I don't know. Oh. I bet I've got to use this other, fuck, yeah. Yeah, okay. This is things I haven't cleaned up coming back to bite me. That is my guess. I just did my guess at what's wrong. Didn't even really think about it. There we go. We're going to move the conglomerate marker. Okay, it at least doesn't overlap now. Okay. I'm also going to make this text a little smaller. I'm a little confused. But yeah, so let's take care of this other thing. Let's change this back to mode. But also, I'm going to draw these labels now. Okay. So the reason we need this viewpoint, that's like some 3D information, and the map labels are like deprojecting stuff in the world, right? So we don't need this no check-in anymore. We do need this opacity. What? Where is that? Draw overhead map. Overhead map labels. It's in local area. Okay. So we have moved that into here. How's it going, Casey? Late night game design. Actually, not really design. I mean, a little bit like interactivity design. Okay. Now we want to be able to change the labels. So when we're in player control, okay. No, there's no triple equal in this language. So we don't want to use the actual parameter. We want to use the target, right? That's what mode. Okay. Right? That's what it was called. No, it's just called overhead map. Okay, so if we're there, incomplete, robustly verify that we ignore all player input, which we probably don't right now. Okay, so otherwise, we're gonna do this. Right. So we're going to do something. All right. I'm so hungry right now. Okay. What do I do here? Well, oh God. Do we want this to repeat? We're not going to have it repeat right now, but we did have that repeat thing that we did way back. But that's fine. We'll call our little thing that we did change overhead map mode 1 or -1. Got that backwards. All right. Ha ha ha. I thought I was in C++. Overhead map labels, 2 overloaded. I didn't save the file, guys. Sign on T. Okay. Right. Let me just verify that this does sign active T. We'll just pass it through for now. Screw it. Why do I keep thinking so I was dancing today and I was doing some stuff that normally I would do very precisely and automatically and it wasn't a problem, and like things didn't totally work a couple of times and I'm like, oh man, I'm impaired in some way tonight. Like my brain is not on. And that's also evidenced by my doing C++. So used before, okay. Oh, shit. Okay. I'll do that there. For some reason, every time there's a video of me on YouTube, well, the 2 times that I've checked, people are like, clipping stuff that I say and putting it on YouTube. And like every time there's someone in the comments, 2 out of 2 samples, there's someone in the comments talking about how good LSP is, even though I'm pretty sure I probably didn't even mention LSP in the thing. So like, am I famous now among crappy programmers around the world as being the guy who nonsensically doesn't like LSP? Like, what is this? Okay. Well, I'm hitting the arrow keys and my character is still moving. This is not what I wanted. But I might have done this in the wrong place. Yeah, this is generate buffered moves from held keys, which is fucking bullshit. I mean, it's fine, but it's the wrong place. Okay, I was about to hack. This is these decisions that are stupid. Like, it's stupid to bother thinking about this. But at the same time, it's not, because you start making a mess. So, for example, we have all these cases in which things capture input. So, like, the side undo UI is one of the things. So really, if I want to be clean, I should do it this way, the way that we're doing all these other things, right? So or overhead map is capturing input, right? Okay, well, when is overhead map capturing input? That's easy. This new version of Emacs by default, like, fucking flashes the cursor everywhere on paired parentheses, and I hate it. It's just annoying and like, if you can't bother to draw something besides a giant chunky cursor that looks exactly the same as my cursor, then fucking quit programming. Jesus. All right. Um, and I mean, it's not actually working by drawing another thing, probably. Well, that is, but sometimes it actually flashes the cursor to the other position. And, God damn it. LSP is kind of a masterclass in turning a trivial problem into a massive, slow, error-prone solution. It is that, but it's more than that, right? Because, like I said in that speech a few years ago, there's nothing about LSP that is necessitated by or limited to the the problem space of extending an editor, right? All it is like some people wanted to do a plugin and they didn't know how and they weren't able to, so they invented this new thing, right? But that's for any functionality. This is their proposal for how to do any kind of interoperability, right? That's the thing. This is all that they know how to make. Yeah. So like the vision of the future computer, according to the Microsoft LSP team, is that like every process has like 50 fucking servers running that it's calling into for every API. Because how else would you do an API except in an LSP kind of a way? So, yeah. That's the real reason. Like, LSP by itself is just stupid, but like, the thing that it extrapolates into is horrible and basically kills computers. So, which of course means ultimately it won't work and will fail. But you can do a lot of damage trying to do something that won't work and will fail. Just ask Vladimir Lenin. Okay. Now, okay, so we're going to get rid of this completely. And okay, let's see what the side undo UI did. Why do I keep leaving the game running for 10 minutes? Oh boy. I forgot that it's my responsibility to turn off the thing. What's the crash? I should have seen what that crash was. Okay, we're going to see what that crash is before we actually fix the actual UI bug. I just want to go to bed. I might not finish this, or I might just finish it in the morning. Because all we're going to do is, there we go. Oh shit. Interesting. Okay. This is a cast bounds check fail because we're casting the resulting type to an enum that's out of range. So we're just going to put a no check on there. I didn't think of that. All right. So now let's fix the actual problem. Okay, that's nothing to do with us here. Is the reason you don't build from Emacs because Emacs is just too janky to make it worth it? It is honestly historical. Like, I'm just not used to doing it now. I did used to do it. Like during the witness time frame, I would build from Emacs. But I was kind of using some shitty thing to do it. And I don't know. Like, I just don't, like, I don't use tools. Like, if I can't immediately make a tool do exactly what I want it to, I simply don't bother, right? That's all. And this is, again, probably I overcorrect on that, but it's a matter of principle for me at this point, right? And it obviously is successful to some degree because I get projects done, and a lot of people who rat hole on tools don't, right? So it's just my way. But yeah, it's kind of stupid. I also haven't bothered. So a few streams ago, somebody searched for the frickin' JSON thing to make Windows Terminal let you hotkey, because you can't fucking do that in the UI, even though there's this giant UI. Like, there's all these settings, none of them let you hotkey. But then, of course, I switched laptops immediately after that, and I don't have those files here. And it's like, this is exactly what I'm fucking talking about how all this is like, I can't push F7 because I switched laptops, and I don't know how to do it now. So yeah, I used to program in eLisp a lot when I was in college, and never again, basically. Never again. Okay, let's just make sure this works, and then I'll go to bed, because there's no reason staying up later than I need to. We might have to have super gamer sessions later this weekend. I don't know. Have to ask Casey about that, but you know, I need my beauty sleep for those. Okay, so it's still moving my dude, which sucks. In fact, they're kind of fighting. Wait, right now I'm moving right and all. So if we stop time, we don't have to worry about moving the dude. Maybe we do, but for some reason, when I go left, it's like not doing anything. That's pretty weird. Let's debug that. Wait, no, it is. Oh, it's just my clamp. We should probably just make a helper function in BASIC that's like cycle enum value by delta, because I've programmed that like 4 fucking times in this game, right? Wait, that's weird. That looks right. I don't want to debug it tonight. So let me just fix the input thing. Okay. I don't know why I had this abstraction here and then I decided not to use it for some reason. I'm going to put these in the same order. Character select, side undo UI. Console is open. Level rating. Playtest note. Overhead map. Alright, so we're going to call this here. So I watched The Warriors again. I don't know if I ever saw it actually, but I watched it yesterday. Fucking terrible movie. Awful. But it's one of those movies you have to have watched at least once. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Really bad movie though. But you won't understand John Wick 4 if you don't watch The Warriors. It's a U8, so it's never less than 0. Yes. That's a good point. I'm pretty sure I did see the Warriors when I was like a teenager because I remember the thing with them walking through the subway. Um, okay, so overhead map is capturing input and overlay, right? And overlay. Dude, I've seen Heather's like 10 times. Heather's is really good. You've never seen The Warriors? I mean, The Warriors is one of those movies where you watch it and like it's a good idea for a movie. It is not, however, the good version of that movie. In fact, it's a quite fucking poopy version of that movie. But you can see what the fucking awesome version of that movie is. All right, so this all works. And we're not doing repeat yet. We can decide if we want to do that later. Can't believe we're not even operating a drill ship right now. I mean, I'm too tired. But maybe later this weekend. Okay, so I'm going to go to bed. This is fine though. And then the next steps here are going to be for each of these modes to do different stuff. So this areas mode is what's going to draw all these areas that you see here. And then when we flip out of it, we'll draw other things. And that'll be next. All right, short stream. Thanks everybody for coming by. I just wanted to get in a little bit before bed. That's how I do it. Thanks everyone. See you later. See you later.